1 week after Alice Paw's departure. Viper stared over at Mountainpaw's old nest. It felt strange to wake up and find her gone every day, even though Viper and Paw knew she was all right. Viper Paw wondered if she'd have time this moon to see Mountainpaw. She was so far away, and every time she went, she risked being caught by windclan. Viper shrugged off these thoughts and sat up. She cleaned her fur carefully, ridding it of moss and bedhead. Viper took one more look at the den, then left. She couldn't hang on to Mountainpaw's memory when she had a clan to feed. Viper left the camp. She knew leaving the camp without a warrior was against the warrior code, but she was old enough to take care of herself, thank you very much. As she bounded on the path, she saw a cat running up, her eyes lit up with recognition. "Viper-Paw!" Mountain purred. "I'm happy to see you again!" "Mountain-Paw!" Viper cried happily, bounding up to her. "A couple of weeks felt like moons, didn't it?" "Here, I cut you something down the windclan territory. It's all I could find. It's probably leaf bird down there," she mewed before dropping the mouse down on the path. "Thanks," Viper said cheerfully and took the mouse. "It felt like more than weeks ever since I saw you," she meowed. "I know, it's crazy how time crawls," Viper said with a laugh. "So, how has the clan been?" Mountainpaw mewed in curiosity. "How about we talk about that off the path? You're not technically Shadowclan anymore." Mountainpaw nodded as she stood up. Viper brought them to an old abandoned fox cave and sat down. "Shadowclan's well," she began. "Nothing bad has happened just yet, though they did notice your absence," Viper noted. Mountainpaw paused when she heard her absence. Well, how's your training with Moorhawk going?" "Just delightful. Moorhawk's still gruff, but she's happy when I'm not annoying the heck out of her," Viper laughed. Mountainpaw chuckled. "I bet she's gotten better not having to train 2 apprentices now. I bet she's more happier than before." "Moorhawk, I'm surprised she can smile on a good day," she said. Moorhawk was actually a bit happier, but not by much. Viper had lied to everyone about Mountainpaw, saying she died. Viper realized that should be something she mentioned to Mountainpaw. Mountainpaw gazed up at the moon. "I best get going, and you too, before they declare you absent, too," she mewed. "Hold on," Viper cried. Mountainpaw glanced back at Viperpaw. "They don't just think you left. I kind of told them you, Viper shifted her paws and blurted out, "I told them you died in the tunnel under the Thunderpath when some trash fell." Mountainpaw looked at the dirt, chewing her paws, and back up. "I'm pretty sure that's the best if you told them that." She mewed with a sense of guilt for her leaving her clan. "Yeah, at least I'm not actively looking for you anymore." Mountainpaw nodded. "Well, bye, Viperpaw," she mewed before padding out of the den. "Bye!" Mountainpaw awoke to the sun rising as she stretched. She padded off the hay bale to go hunt. "Finally," mewed Mountainpaw. "It's like leaf bird out here. About time I caught something." Spotleg left the camp to go on his solo border patrol. He started toward the barn first. The other clans didn't trespass often, so there was no need to check those borders yet. Spotlight enjoyed being back on the moors. Though his 2 kids were cute, they were a lot of work. Mountainpaw sniffed the air. "Oh no! There was fresh windclan scent nearby, not even a little bit faded," she mewed, fear creeping into her voice. A smell wafted from far away. Spotlight followed the scent, unsurprised that it was Loner. Spotlight sneaked up on the cat, being downwind, so his scent faded. Mountainpaw glared back at the windclan camp before walking off with the rabbit. He leaped and tackled them. "You're not allowed here, Kit," Spot growled. "Eek!" squeaked Mountainpaw. She tried to kick the windclan cat off. The windclan cat was much bigger than she was and dug his claws into her fur to stay on. I'm sorry," she mewed, panic in her voice as her heart began to race. "I'll be taking that," Spot growled, taking the rabbit. However, as he did, another scent came to him. He backed off, but kept one paw on her back to keep her from running. Mountainpaw tried to squirm around, trying to get loose from the windclan cat's grip. "Calm down, Kit," Spotleg snapped. "I'm not a kit," she hissed in annoyance. "I just want answers," Spot explained in a fierce voice. "Are you asking me because you're too dumb to answer your own question?" she mewed with sarcasm in her voice. Spotleg threw her down the rock, making her body feel a jolt of pain. "Say another word and I'll do worse," he said, pinning her again. Mountainpaw tried to leap out of the cat's grip, but she felt too weak to do so. "Now tell me, who are you? Why does a loner smell like Shadowclan?" "First of all, I don't smell like Shadowclan unless I hunted there. Second of all, I don't even know what the camp looks like," Mountainpaw explained, trying not to blow her cover. "Liar! I know I've seen you somewhere." Spotlight kicked her down the rock, getting impatient. "Like we're in a terra!" "At a gathering, stupid. It's obvious you're a clan cat," Spot hissed. He wasn't certain of this, but he was trying to get a rise out of her. Mountainpaw tried to run when she heard the Tom's evidence, but her legs refused to work and she collapsed again. How about you answer me? What do you want from me?" "I want you to tell the truth," Spotlight said, but that was only half his motives. He could get Eagle Star to bargain with Shadowclan for their apprentice in exchange for land to hunt on. Then their prey problem may be fixed. Mountainpaw's ears timid down with Spotlight's words. "Fine, I'm an ex-Shadowclan apprentice. Happy now?" She spat with fear in her words. "Wonderful, now come with me," Spotlight decided, and hauled her to her paws. Mountainpaw's heart sunk. Should she really have told a windclan war about her being an ex-Shadowclan, she thought. As the windclan camp grew nearer, Spotlight felt joy fill him. Soon they might have a way to get food for his mate and kits. She hissed and kicked him off. He blinked and she was gone. He looked around but was attacked again. He slashed out but hit nothing but air. Another attack to his leg. Spotlight ran out of the cave, trying to get back to camp before this apprentice killed him. Viper followed him. Spotlight neared the entrance but fell over, unable to keep going. And in the red corner, we have a Shadowclan apprentice whose kill count is almost 1. Viper Paw! And in the blue corner, we have a windclan warrior who has the power of plot convenience. Orange Fur! Orange Fur glared at the black apprentice behind Spotlight. Viper stopped when she saw the warrior fall. She'd done enough, and her anger from seeing her friend in danger faded. Orange Fur glared up at the apprentice. He had remembered the apprentice from Fortree's meetings. He unsheathed his claws, lunging at the apprentice with no word, pinning her down against the ground. Viper rolled into her back and kicked them off and rolled aside, survival on her mind now. Orange Fur swiftly leaped up, lunging back at the apprentice, pinning him down by the neck, biting down, not so hard. Viper Paw felt the weakness in the warrior's bite. They didn't want to kill her. Mohawk had taught to always take advantage of such things. She pushed herself up and pushing the warrior off. Then ran forward and slammed into them, sending them flying on top of the already hit warrior. Viper Paw then ran past them, slashing their side. Orange Fur noticed the apprentice did not care about not killing. As she got up, she felt the sharp sting in her side as she frantically looked up at the apprentice. Orange Fur did not waste a second before lunging down on the apprentice, actually biting hard on the apprentice's neck this time, but still not trying to kill her. Orange Fur secured her to the floor with her paw before pinning them down. Viper decided she should leave before things got worse. She struggled, but the ginger warrior got the jump on her. Viper went limp in defeat. "Now look here, little kid," the she-cat spat. "Don't show your face in his territory again," she spat before trotting off back to the camp. Viper got up, her pride wounded, but at the moment she didn't care. Then she ran back to the camp. At least Mountainpaw was alright now. Viper Paw limped back to camp, her back and neck sticking painfully from the fights with the windclan warriors. Mountainpaw saw the brown eyes glaring in the dark. "Viper Paw!" she mewed joyfully. "Mountainpaw, you're alright!" Mountainpaw froze as she spun around Viper Paw once. "But are you?" "Fine, mostly. I'll explain up here," she said, patting over the lip of the rock. She led Mountainpaw over to the edge of the camp, limping. "Basically, I nearly killed the cat who was dragging you," Viper explained as she sat down.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
"He was running back to camp when he fell unconscious from the runes I gave him," Viper continued. "But then this ginger warrior showed up and attacked me. Fine warrior, I must admit. Gave me some painful but survivable wounds." That was you?" she said in an annoyed tone. "You really tried to risk your own life against two windclans for me? You're nearly a warrior. You have a lot more time left." "Truly, I don't care next time. I'd rather you live than me," she mewed. "You got beat up more than I did. I have to repay you at least something by now." "You're seriously angry I saved you?" Viper cut in. "Yes, you could have died!" she cried, her ears tinning. Viper calmed down. Mountainpaw was just scared. Viper shouldn't get angry for her not being grateful. "Next time, I'll be the one protecting you," she mewed, glaring over her shoulder. I know, Mountainpaw. It was stupid of me to attack that warrior, but I couldn't let you get hurt. Like I said, you remind me of Alicepaw, and she died while I was watching, and I could have saved her, and I didn't. "I didn't want to fail again," Viper admitted quietly. "I bet Alicepaw would have been wanting to protect you too," she murmured before dropping the prayer at her feet. "I didn't mean it, Viper Paw," she mumbled before patting away. Viper stared at the squirrel. Mountainpaw was the greatest friend she will ever have. Viper decided, even though Mountainpaw didn't want her to get hurt, she'd risk everything for her.